Hello out there, HAA. Welcome to our HAA Management Member Orientation. My name is Amanda Shrabandi. I'm with the Houston Apartment Association, and I've got my colleague here, Kaylin Newcomb. Kaylin, say hi. We are the Membership and Marketing Department here at HAA. We're here for any type of needs, anything that you want, any questions that you have. And if you need to contact us, you just reach out to members@haaonline.org. So thank you for coming today. We appreciate your time. We know you guys are busy out there, but we've got some really good information for you today. We don't have a lot of in-person meetings going on right now. We understand that, but we've got some cool ways that you can still get involved. We've got two very special guests that are going to tell you all about it. They're actually veterans of HAA. Our first person is going to be Kathy O'Connell-Klim. She is a multifamily real estate specialist and Texas real estate broker with a Master of Arts in Organizational Management and Development and an evidence-based coaching certification. Over her 40-year professional career, is that true?
I started early.
Kathy has managed operations of apartment communities in more than 16 markets throughout the U.S. with portfolios of up to 16,000 apartment homes for private, fee-managed, and public companies. Kathy is professional and personal development coach and owner of Vast Resources Coaching and Consulting. In addition, Kathy works with AAA Apartment Staffing, a nationwide staffing company owned by her mother and her sister, Elizabeth and Ann O'Connell. Family business there.
Yes, it is.
As a 40-year volunteer for HAA, she has chaired many committees and has been on the board of directors since 1992. Serving as its president in 2003, and she served 2 years on the executive committee of TAA. Kathy currently chairs the Past President's Council. Members of that group are facilitating our quarterly management member orientation sessions, which is happening today. Thank you for being here, Kathy.
Thank you.
And then we've got the very special co-host, Jackie Roan, the executive director.
Hello.
Hey, Jackie. Miss Jackie is currently serving as an executive director at Greystar and oversees the national management operations for the Greystar active adult platform in the United States. This includes stabilized assets, new construction and acquisitions, opportunities in 14 states. She's a 19-year veteran of the firm and a 35-plus-year veteran of the multifamily.
See, I didn't go 40, Kathy. I just did 35. I stopped at 35.
I had to just one up you just a teeny bit.
Yeah, that's okay.
Ms. Roan attended Sam Houston State University and holds both the Certified Property Manager designation through IREM, as well as the CAPS that you guys know through the National Apartment Association. She's a previous recipient of the Houston Apartment Association Industry Achievement Award, which is now called our Honors Awards, for both the Property Supervisor of the Year as well as the Owner Management Executive of the Year, and the prestigious Frank P. Finch Presidential Award and Rita Kirby Regional Property Manager of the Year Award from TAA. She is a past president of HAA, past president of TAA, and is currently serving as a regional 6 VP for the National Apartment Association. Jackie resides outside of Houston and is married to Mark and has 3 adult children and 1 granddaughter. Very cool.
And the only one that counts is the granddaughter.
Forget the rest of them.
Always. We are so happy you guys are here. Lots of experience. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you guys. And with that, Kayla and I are going to go off screen and we'll let them take it away. So
Thank you, Amanda. Appreciate it.
You are very welcome. Go for it.
Let's go ahead and get started today. What we're going to do, what we're going to go over today is really we want to work with our management members so that each person can make it their own HAA. So the things that we're going to review is talk a little bit about the association, our advocacy and legislative efforts. We're going to talk about professional development opportunities, our members' programs and resources, the publications that we have, features on our website, networking opportunities, volunteer opportunities, talk about our supplier partners, and then at the end, we're going to have questions and answers. Then one of the things to start is let me tell you about our Houston Apartment Association mission statement. The Houston Apartment Association is a leading advocate, resource, and community partner for quality rental housing providers in the Houston and surrounding areas. Jackie, why don't you tell them about what we do?
I'd be happy to. So who we are and, what we do. So, trade associations really are formed to represent and fight for the legislative and economic interests of its members. As HAA has evolved over the years, subsequently TAA and NAA were formed, but it all started right here with a group of Houston area apartment owners who started gathering on their own to discuss business and politics that were affecting their properties. So the mayor at that time was considering a sewer fee tax that would hit apartment operators very hard. And in 1960, they officially agreed to form an association that would effectively fight for the common interest at City Hall. And they did just that, and the sewer tax was defeated. So there are 3 entities within HAA. And, I'm sure you may have wondered why you see different names, on invoices or, when you're calling for a certain service. So Houston Apartment Association is the company that invoices your company for membership dues. So you can refer to it as HAA, Houston Apartment Association. We also have the Houston Apartment Foundation, and that is a nonprofit 501c3 arm that is technically considered a school. So you may see invoices for classes and seminars that come from HAF. Then there's the Houston Multi-Housing Corporation, which is a for-profit entity that offers HAA's products and services. So you'll see invoices from HMHC that are for form sales, advertising, job boards, and other services like that.
And let's look at where we are today. We're still growing steady. We have 649,000 units that the Houston Apartment Association represents, and that's made up of 3,150 properties. And we also have 1,780 member companies as of July 1st. And in addition to that, we have over 816 supplier members. So when you look at membership from the Houston Apartment Association, it's broken up by owner management companies, independent owners, supplemental members, and supplier members that are our associates, sponsors, and the and the patrons of a lot of our programs. Now, when you look at that number, the 649,000 units, that represents the properties within a 12-county area of Houston. So in looking at this slide, you'll see that we cover all of the counties that are highlighted. So we're not only the best association, we are also the largest apartment association in the nation, representing these 12 counties in and around the Houston area.
Well, and as a proud Houstonian, Kathy, let everybody know that we are the largest in the country, yep, and we are bigger than Dallas no matter what they say.
And we do have that argument quite often.
So we do have that argument quite often. So we love our friends in Dallas, but Houston beats them all.
Yes.
So I'm going to ask this question, and you have a little feature at the bottom. So raise your hand if you are not an HAA member. Use the raise your hand tool. Anybody out there? Amanda, I can't see the hands raised.
It doesn't look like I put that on. Sorry about that.
That's okay. That's okay. The good news is you're all HAA members. So, if you're an employee of your company and your company's a member, then you're a member as well. So dues cover your properties and all your employees, and it's really 3 memberships in one. So your annual dues pay for local, they pay for state, and they pay for national affiliations. So, each region must join your local association separately, but just know that you have 3 memberships in one, and that, if your company is a member and you're an employee of that company or a team member, then you are absolutely a member, with all 3 of our great associations.
Let's also look at what HAA is made up of. First of all, we'll look at the leadership. Amanda, if you can show the sheet for the board of directors and the committees, yes. If you look here, you'll see that we have our executive ladder, and those are the pictures to, to the left of the screen. And this year, Clay Hicks. I was going to say Clay Aiken. I guess I was expecting him to sing.
And-
Clay Hicks is Clay Hicks
please,
is
please don't ask him to sing.
okay. No, I won't. Clay Hicks is our president this year, and the executive committee is made up of the president-elect, secretary, treasurer, and 4 vice presidents at large. We also have over 50 directors that represent the Houston Apartment Association, including emeritus members, advisory, and supplier roles within the board. Now, if you'd like to look at a copy of our strategic plan, it is completed every 3 years, but updated regularly during that time. You can find that on the HAA website. This plan helps keep our staff and our board focused on professional development, program development, technology, advocacy, public awareness, and leadership training. And speaking of our staff, we have 23 staff members with several departments that fully support our organization. And they do a really great job of making sure that our members get the support that they need. How about advocacy, Jackie?
My favorite topic,
Yes, I know.
besides education. If you guys hear nothing else today, okay, I'm hoping that you're listening and I'm hoping that you're getting a lot out of this. But the one thing I need you to remember is if you go back to the story about how and why HA started, right? It was over an issue. It was over something that was affecting our industry. I mean, you guys know that this happens every single day. And one of the biggest things that we can do with our combined efforts is, advocate and, we fundraise for our political action committee, and we do so that we can fight legislation that is absolutely going to come back to impact all of us on our bottom lines and affect our industry in adverse ways. So, HA, TAA, and NAA are all actively involved in the legislative process, at all levels. So, in recent years, HA has been focused on efforts to create fair treatment of multifamily properties. As you guys know, throughout COVID, we've been fighting, voraciously. We have eviction moratoriums going on, late fees being waived, people calling for rent abatements. And, at the local, state, and national levels, all of us have been fighting those fights. As a matter of fact, right after this phone call, I'll be on the NAA legislative call where, they're in session right now trying to decide, does the HEROES Act make it? Does the CARES Act, is there any part of the CARES Act that's still alive that we're going to carry through? So and I'm sure each of you have felt an impact, as we have gone through COVID, but, this is the most important piece. So, PAC donations, when you hear the term, PAC donation, everybody who's in this industry should have some skin in the game. It doesn't matter the amount. It matters that, each of us feel strongly about it, and we are going to make a difference that's going to help all of us in the industry that, supports us and our families. So, we endorse candidates with our money that are, active, with the legislation that's going to impact us. And I think that, when you look at, please don't put that one down yet. The things that, we have fought in Houston and won, are so important, things like protection from late fee lawsuits. We just got legislation enacted last year at the state level because, many of our member companies were facing class action lawsuits, based on the ambiguity and the legislation that, kind of talked about, what is a reasonable late fee. Property tax increases, gosh, that is at the top of the list, every legislative session. And then we defeated a bill to, prohibit your access to eviction records. That is really important for us as we're making business decisions. So, since the pandemic started, we've worked with the mayor of the city of Houston on the rental assistance program, which was $15 million, and we helped draft the language for that program. And we do that because we have people, our volunteers and our staff that are working, this is what they're focusing on day in and day out. And then we've also partnered with ACAM on the Renter Assistance Fund. and HAA donated over $100,000, and members donated over $40,000, to assist our residents with help and rent payment. So really, really, really important. Need you
Yes, it
guys
is.
to get involved.
Yes, it is. And then a passion of both mine and Jackie's is professional development. And twice a year, we mail out an education course catalog that gives the full offerings of educational opportunities. And you can also find all of that information online. The national credentials include NALP, CAM, CAPS, CAMT, IROP, and the CAS designation for our suppliers. We have Avenues training courses that can be accessed by purchasing an annual property prescription for unlimited attendance to our main maintenance, leadership, and marketing sessions that we have. It's a great way to have training to either supplement training that you already have inside of your company, or some companies that do not have a training department. This is a great way to offer your employees really strong industry training. Other trainings that we offer include Leasing 101, Fair Housing, we have technology training, Certified Pool Operator, and more are also offered at various times during the year and can also be found online. Now, you may say, well, education is expensive. I don't know if I can afford it or if my company can pay for it. Well, we have an education foundation that provides education grants to help you earn your credentials. You can go online to haaonline.org and you can download the application and apply for a grant that will help supplement the cost of any of the designations. And also, we have an annual education conference. We've had to postpone it, but right as of today, it's set for October 8th at NRG. And that's a full day celebrating the multifamily industry. The first part of the day is education, where you can pay to go to educational courses. And then the second half is an educational expo that's free to all of our owner members, where you can meet current and new suppliers to assist you with your everyday challenges. Now, since March, the world's changed a little bit, but HAA was very quick to change along with it. And what we've done to make sure that we still provide as much education and as many resources as we can to our members is we've gone virtual. I don't know how many of you have seen, but we have weekly legal seminars that Howard Book staff conducts. It's called the Legal Lowdown, and they have frequently asked questions that he addresses. We also have an expert exchange micro webinar every Tuesday at noon. We have virtual Avenues courses. Those are pay as you go, or you can subscribe, but we also moved those to a virtual platform because we wanted to make sure that our members had access to everything that they needed. So this is a huge benefit to our members, because now you don't actually have to leave your office to be able to have access to it. So we really felt that it was important to continue this, and the staff at HAA has done a wonderful job in taking us virtual and making sure that we stay connected. Now, examples of the new program, we host everything that we've been presenting on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel. It's called HAA TV. So you can go in and see the legal lowdown, the expert exchange, and after the presentation today, this will also be hosted on our YouTube TV channel. So there's a lot of ways, even if you can't make the time to sit when it's live, you can always go back and check it out on our YouTube channel. So I'm going to let Jackie talk about some of the programs that we offer.
We have great programs. So obviously the biggest program we have is our Click and Lease program, which offers our printed leases. And it is absolutely, one of the mainstays. The best thing about, our leases, we partner with Blue Moon Software, and you have to be a member to purchase. But this is, the legal language of our lease that is so important to drive consistency throughout our industry. It's been well vetted. It's gone through, legal iterations. But our printed leases are, again, one of the main things that we do at the Houston Apartment Association. So rental credit reporting, or RCR, this has been around quite a long time, 1977. This was started, and it was really to solve screening issues within our local apartment association. It has eviction information, and it's something going, for those like Kathy and I that go way back, it was all done manually at one point. Now it's all streamlined, but a great benefit for all HAA members. Then we have ACEs, which is our apartment executives and supervisors. This is a great networking opportunity for our supervisors and higher levels. Luncheons, quarterly topics, philanthropy done, around the holidays. So this group gets together and on a regular basis, obviously, since, COVID has happened, that, as Amanda said, we've been, cut back on our in-person meetings, but it's a great group of people. It's a great to network with them. There is a lot of brain power there that you can tap into. And then one that we're really proud of, Blue Star Safety. That was a joint effort with the Houston Police Department to help curb crime in our communities. And, that Blue Star certified is, kind of an accolade that, people strive to get on their communities. But that was one that, we are really proud of, and it still holds true today.
Some of the other programs that we have and what we're really proud of is also our outreach. Several years ago, if you remember the map that we saw with the 12 counties that we support, we've started offering meetings, education, and we've done much more networking in our outlying areas. And those online resources are available by county. So if you're looking for information specific to the county where your property is located, you can go onto our website and find out what you need from there. We also have the honors awards programs that are held annually. That gives individuals and properties recognition for their outstanding service and products. And 40 under 40, those awards are held every 4 years to recognize our outstanding young professionals in the industry and our next leaders. We also have, and this started several years ago, a young professionals group. It's called HAA Next. We're hoping that these young professionals, in the way that they're networking now, they're for members 39 and younger, they meet for breakfast, happy hours, but those we're looking at to be the next leaders of our association. And another activity that we have that's annually is the Business Exchange. That's coming up in August. It's like speed dating. And it's a networking or reverse trade show where management members sit at a table across from supplier members who talk to them about their services and their products. This year, that will be held virtually, and so you should be receiving information soon about that. But that is a great program, and every time, and I'm sure Jackie would agree with this, that I've participated in the Business Exchange, I've always come back with so much information about the suppliers within our organization.
Yeah, it's a great one. One that we're really proud of all these programs. So, all right, now let's talk about resources. I mean, this is your one-stop shop for resources that affect the multifamily housing industry. So the Red Book, if you haven't heard about the Red Book is your kind of your legal, guardian angel. I'm not going to say Bible, but it's going to be your resource to go to. It's full of tips, reminders, all of the forms that you would need if you have a question. That's kind of your go-to. Multiple county, access to online resources, appraisal districts, permits, constables, public affairs departments. Our resident relations team is second to none. They field all of those questions that come in from residents. They have manager FAQs available, again, for a resource if you have a question. Just in June, this department fielded over 1,200 calls and over 550 emails. That is, a daunting task, but we actually also have a resident relations committee that, views any complaints that come in from a resident. So, absolutely utilize that. And then building rentals. We have a beautiful space, rent meeting rooms for meetings, for training. They're utilized all the time for budget camps, in-person meetings. So, reach out. That's another resource. If you don't have an office, in the Houston area or surrounding communities, utilize the facilities at HAA.
Now let's look at the publications that HAA offers. These are all included in your membership. Each property receives a monthly subscription to the Abode magazine, and they also receive a buyer's guide annually. Now, you also have the option to purchase more of either the magazine or the directory if you need to. And we also have an annual compensation report that can be downloaded for free. This information gives you average salaries and compensation packages that are customary for our area. It has a lot of good information. Each of these publications, in addition to being in print, is available in an online digital format. Now, when you look at how do you get in touch with HAA, when you can go to HAA Online, and that's where you can log in. And I don't know, you didn't have the hands up. So being a member, working for a member company, each employee for that member company can have access to the members only section of the website. And what you need to do is email members@haaonline.org, and they will ask for a login to the members only section, and they will send you that login information. So everybody from your porter to your manager and on up can have login access if they need it. And the HAA Online gives a lot of resources, of course, most recently for the COVID-19. You can register for events. You can download and pay your invoices online. There's a job board that you can look for a job or also find employees for a job. If your property changes management companies, there's a change form online so that you can make sure that HAA has the most up-to-date information. Also, a neat thing, so you don't have to pick up the phone or be on hold, you can do the online chat. So also make sure that you make use of that. The HAAexpo.org, that gives you information to the annual education conference and expo that includes seminars, information, what exhibitors will be there, and registration. The HAA Buyer's Guide, that's also online, gives you the live search for current suppliers. And a lot of times, you may not have the book with you, or so it may be an easier reference than the hard copy book. There's another website called safeinmyplace.org. That website's dedicated to access for safety tips for fire, flood, hurricane preparedness, disasters, and a lot of that information is shareable with your residents. So all in one place, and you can get to all of it from HAAonline.org. You have all these resources that if you're not taking advantage of it, I really do encourage you after we get off today to go on and look around the website, get set up if you don't have your login. Can you show them where to go to log in, Amanda?
And I would just also add, Kathy, that, whether you're a small, management company, medium management company, or large management company, these resources are great.
Yes.
During Hurricane Harvey, all of the information was out there. So you had one stop, shopping. You
Right.
knew where to go to get the latest information. And then, the resources that they've prepared and done for COVID-19 are also exceptional. So, this is, truly a big resource package that you really need to take advantage of.
And ours are industry specific. You can find COVID-19 resources a lot of places, but when you go to our website, you're looking at them as they relate to our industry. So I think that's important too. So here's our website. Do you want to show them what to do, Amanda?
I was talking and I was on mute, sorry. So you go and log in. Once you log into your account, you'll be able to register for classes. You can access some of the COVID resources that are for management only. So that's really important. Some of those resources we only want management to have, and not necessarily the renters per se, because it's written for the management company specifically. You can also go and check on your account. So if you have any invoices that you want to pay, you can actually pay online too if you want to. If you have a credit card. But yeah, of course, these are all mine. These are all my properties. Look at all these units. It will only be your properties. But yeah, you can manage your jobs. There's other things that you can do. You can, if you go to the calendar, you can find the courses that you're looking for. We had a class today. It would normally have your registration button at the top if you needed that. And then what else did you mention?
The directories in there.
Yeah, the directory.
Oh yeah.
That was one of the,
Yes. Let me see here. HAA buyersguide.com. Uh-oh, I think I did something wrong. Hold on.
if you go back to where you were, there was an icon for it.
There we go.
There.
So yes, you can search by category. So if you're looking for a landscaping company, just go there. It'll have a little drop-down menu. Look for click on what you're looking for, find it. It will bring up all of the current members of HAA that are they're active. If they're not on this website, they are not a member of HAA. It is live. So as soon as they join, they're here, and you're able to reach out to them. You can do their website. You can do a request for information. So if you want to get some mulching bids, you can go ahead and do one big request and to the people that you want, and then just click that create request, tell them what you want, you send it out, and it goes to all of the people that you selected. So it's really cool. And then they get it immediately, of course, and fill out your information, and they'll get it via email. So
Yeah,
so now
fantastic.
I learned something. I didn't know that. So now I learned something.
oh yeah, it's very cool. It's, lots of people use it. So and then that's a good way for us to keep track of seeing if it's working or not, and it is. So the other one is Safe in My Place, which is a really good one. That we're working on this constantly, but there's, like you were saying earlier, the safety tips that we have.
Yes.
Disaster relief or disaster assistance. There's lots of different things for the like right now, water safety. I say right now.
It's a big one.
Normal
Yep.
times. Hurricane season is happening right now. Personal safety. There's all kinds of different resources here for members to go check out.
That's great. Hey, Jackie, you want to talk to him about our social media networks?
Oh yes, I'm the queen of social media.
Yes.
They tried to get me to do a Twitter account when I was president, and I had to put my foot down. But everybody else should join all of our social media networks. Yep. So search for us, by Houston Apartment Association or HAA Online on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So there's a Facebook group page, Houston Apartment Association group, which is great. I'm actually a member of that, and I do see stuff on Facebook that is, extremely, timely and, great information, great resource. And then we have a new public facing page, Houston Apartment Association in the News, to share public and media resource information. And then as Kathy mentioned earlier, we have HAA TV now on YouTube. So all great resources, follow it, tweet, chat, post a picture,
all the things,
follow us. Yeah, all of them. So then obviously, look, a membership is only as good as what you put back into it, right? So networking and team building, you got to attend the events. Kathy I'm sure she will, agree with me on this, but I've made lifelong friends in both, from a networking, from the people I've met in the industry, and specifically at HAA. Whether that be a supplier member, owner member, it doesn't matter. 40 years of friends. But we hold general meetings, sporting events, and get your company exposed, get yourself exposed. Get a table, join our monthly general member meetings, and get a chance to build some networking and team building with your staffs. Of course, we're on hold right now because of COVID, but when we do get through this, HAA is going to set up some meetings and team building opportunities again. So, if I go back and I think about what my favorites are, the installation gala, which is typically in January, which is where our new leadership is installed, and specifically our president, is absolutely one of my favorites. I always call it the prom. And I usually have to get dressed up like the prom, but it's great, and it's just a fantastic event. It's a great way to kick off our year and our new leadership. The volleyball tournament, which I haven't played in years, but I've been a supporter, right? Maintenance Mania. This is another one of my favorites. You know, seeing all of our top talented, you know, maintenance guys, you know, in the races to who could put a garbage disposal in the quickest. I mean, it's great, and I love that it's focused. You know, on, you know, we make it that we're, you know, the events are focused on, you know, everybody, all positions within our industry. Top Golf, honors awards, as Kathy talked about, you know, our Amanda brought up. That's where we honor, you know, those in the industry that, you know, have gone above and beyond. So, you know, that is a great event. That's typically in the June time frame, which I think it's being obviously put off this year. Bowling tournament, golf tournament, you know, that raises PAC dollars. And then Chili Fest. Gosh, that is like, you know, as far back as I can remember, I've been going to Chili Fest. I wouldn't be a judge on the chili. I'm just going to say it.
No, I was for many years, and then I realized that didn't have to be.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I got to leave that to somebody else. But Chili Fest is a family-oriented, bring the family. It is, you know, just a great way. Cook chili. We have great booths. We have contests for that, silent auction, a lot of stuff to do for the kids, you know, and for everybody of all ages. So that's a great one as well. But, you know, our events are what we're known for. You know, we're one big family. It's a lot of fun. But I would definitely challenge each of you to, you know, come to each one.
Well, and really, Jackie, the bottom line is that the success of our association is a direct result of the involvement of our members. So really what we need is for people to be involved. Find a committee that aligns with your passions or that helps you develop your career, and you will meet people, and you will make friends, and you will learn more than you could ever imagine. So join a committee. You know, do something that's involved with community outreach. There's also special clubs and projects that we have to, you know, go-getters to bring in new members. You can write an article for the Abode. This year, I think I just had my 3rd article in the Abode. Join a PAC committee. Just anything that you can do to be involved and to stay connected. And, you know, we wouldn't be where we are today without our supplier partner members, Jackie.
Absolutely. So, and I'll go back and I'll talk about what I first did, you know, when I really wanted to get involved. And, you know, I feel like, you know, those of us in the industry, you know, this is, you know, our careers, our livelihoods, you know, you get back. And, you know, the very first thing that I did, and, you know, as Kathy said, we're both very passionate about education, passionate about the advocacy piece of it. But, you know, I started by offering to teach a CAM class. And, you know, that's kind of where I got my foot in the door, and then it grew from there. So, you know, Kathy's right. Find what you're passionate about, and, you know, make sure that you take that extra step and, you know, get involved and give back. So on to supplier partners. We could do nothing we do without our supplier partners. They are such a huge part of our HAA family. And, you know, the numbers will tell you. So HAA supplier companies spend $1.5 million every year on sponsorships, advertising, PAC contributions, political action committee contributions, and getting involved in HAA. We could not run our properties, our communities, or our businesses without our supplier partners. And again, you know, I go back and I think back to, you know, I know so many supplier partners that have been in the business as long as I have, and, you know, have grown, you know, their businesses because of, you know, our, you know, partnership. But, you know, they are such a huge, huge part of what we are and what we can do as an association. So make sure that you thank our supplier partners every single time you see them.
Yep. Okay, ladies, thank you very much. That's a lot of information. We know that you guys are probably a little bit overwhelmed. This session is being recorded, so you can get it on our HAA TV channel later, and we'll also send you the slides as well, with some of the notes that the ladies were talking about. But right now we're going to open up the chat, the Q&A box. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask right now. Maybe something you didn't quite understand, maybe something we did not touch on. I can't believe that, but it's possible. It's possible. Right now, we don't have any open questions. I do want to reiterate, I did put it in the chat that they mentioned honors. Honors is now open for nomination. So if you've got an outstanding individual, and I know there's plenty of them out there right now, working their tails off, doing everything that they can to make sure that the properties are running smoothly, nominate them. Nominate your team for the property. I think those, Kaylin, do you know when that deadline is? I think it's coming up. I don't remember.
I think it's the 21st, maybe.
Okay, go to haonline.org and you can see that the link, and it'll let you know when the deadline is. But if we don't have any other questions, let's give away some prizes. Let's see how many people were actually paying attention here.
There you go. Didn't know there was a quiz.
Yeah,
Should have told them up front.
I should have. You're right. You know what? I meant to, and I totally skipped that part. So
I apologize. The property nominations are due by Tuesday, August 11th, and the individual submissions are due by Friday, October 9th.
Awesome. So you have some time. Get those nominations together and get them ready. So here we go. Let's get some questions. So go ahead and put this in the chat. If you have your chat box at the bottom, go ahead and answer this question. What milestone year is HAA celebrating this year?
Oh, come on. That's an easy one. Up. Already got one.
I would think. Yep. All right. Kelly Flores. Awesome. You are the winner. We are going to
Kelly.
We're going to send you a gift card. So we do have your email address. We'll be in touch with you shortly to get where you want us to mail that to. But yes, 60-year anniversary is what HAA is celebrating. We're very proud of that. You're welcome, Kelly. Next question, and this one is easy too. How many counties does HAA cover? Who remembers Kathy talking about?
I said it twice.
Oh, no.
Okay, Anna Cantu wins with 12. We have.
All right, Anna.
That's right. If Anna can answer all 12, there's a bonus. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
That's just mean.
So yes, we cover 12 counties. That's a lot. That's probably why we are one of the largest associations in the country. Last question. Here we go. Get your fingers ready. What is the website address for the online buyer's guide? Do you guys remember us displaying that? You remember the website name? That one's a little bit harder. No?
There you go.
Crystal Cadriel. She is
right.
HAA buyersguide.com. Use it on your mobile, use it on your tablet, use it every day. Thank you so much, Jackie. Thank you so much, Kathy. You guys did an amazing job. They did, y'all. I gave them notes and they just went with it. I didn't have to tell them anything. We've
been around a while.
Yeah,
we're excited to do it. We love, new members. We're proud of this association and ready
happy to be a part of it.
Happy to be a part of it and looking forward to build that next generation. So, Kathy and I are getting old.
Well, you may be. Speak for yourself, Jackie.
Hey.
No. But we have covered a lot of information today. So if you have any questions, email members@haaonline.org, and Amanda, Kaylin, and Monty, they're your membership team. They'll point you in the right direction. And if you log on to the website, you can reach the staff also by chat. So as we talked about, that's a great way to communicate if you have a quick question. So I want to thank all of you for attending today. We do hope that you've learned something new. I found out I did. And you'll get an email with the slide deck afterwards, so you'll have it for reference. So Jackie, thank you for being a co-presenter. I know you've been extremely busy, but you've been an excellent co-presenter. Everyone be safe out there, and please have a great rest of your week.
Get involved.
That's right.
That's it.
Bye, everybody. Have a
Bye.
good day.